Now I'm ready to go.
I'm ready. Wait. Now I'm ready. I had to put my phone on the charger.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good now.
You're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still good? You ready?
Ready.
Hey, everybody. Yes, got him laughing still. Welcome back to another episode of the DLF Trade Show on the DLF YouTube channel. Russ Fisher at Dynasty Outhouse, Addison Hayes, Adam Hayes _ and it is time. There's news. So we are actually going to be relevant, which is very exciting. Like, don't get me wrong, same process as always. I sent the GIF out first today, which Addison had me on like 2-3 weeks in a row, and I was not having it today. So like usually we're at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I think I sent it at like 9:45, 10 o'clock. I'm like, this is happening now. Let's go.
Yeah, it felt early in the day. I was like, oh man, like I
wasn't
didn't
going to
even
let him
finish
beat
my
me.
water
Like,
for the morning, you know? Like
I'm not letting him think that he appreciates that he wants this more than I do. So of course, you got any ideas? Oh no, wait, Addison, what did you say when I asked you if you had any ideas?
I said I think I had an idea, but then I lost it. So I was of no help again this week.
No, he did not have an idea. And then I had an apostrophe. It was like lightning struck my brain. And I love you if you understand that reference. Dalvin Cook got released recently. And
yeah,
while Dalvin Cook isn't Dalvin Cook anymore, it still matters. Like, I still think right landing spot, we're talking solid RB2, right? Mm-hmm. And so we are going to also start the really obnoxious conversation that is going to happen for the rest of the non-point scoring season. What do we do about Alexander Mattison? I don't know. So let's get Alexander Mattison out of the way, because
please.
This is going to be a very often had conversation, and a lot of it is going to be filled with, if someone comes out here saying they know the answer of what this is going to be, it is, you are extrapolating from, I believe there were 6 games over the course of his career that Dalvin Cook missed, and he workhorsed. They were good.
He averaged like 29.5 fantasy points per game in those games.
He was good in those games. But 6, and I don't remember who they played or what was going. Like,
if he is the workhorse, if he gets the Dalvin Cook workload, he's going to be good for fantasy.
He's going to be good for fantasy. How great will he be? That's the question. Like, is he going to be top 5, 6 running back because he has all this opportunity? I mean, I think probably not. But you get that much work on an offense that will be as good as the Vikings because Justin Jefferson, because Jordan Addison, because, oh man, now we need to change it to JT Hawkinson, so it's the 3 J's. I'll write him a letter.
No.
And TJ Hawkinson, like that's an offense where you can't really pay too much attention to the run. So yeah, like chances are he will be good. But the question is, and what we're about to hopefully find out is, what's it worth? What's worth sending out? What is it? What would make you feel good sending away if you have him on your team? So let's jump into it, I guess. 12-team, 1 quarterback. This is an interesting one. All right, we have a 24 first, Alexander Mattison, and Damian Harris. People need to get off this Kenneth Walker thing. Like, Kenneth Walker, the 203, and Jalen Warren. Like, I get it. This is a total of 397 to 743.
Well, Madison's value hasn't updated yet, but
Mattison value still is 88.8. Kenneth Walker is 600.6. Man, I think I take the first in Mattison, and this might be my bias against Walker and just being like an understanding that even though he is not valued at what the analyzer has him at in this trade, would you be surprised if this year they score close? If not, Mattison scores more?
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then you get a 24 first. Like, again, maybe Walker is the better long play, but man, like, it feels weird to trade for Walker right now with a strong offer, and Mattison and a 24 first still feels strong to me.
To me, I'm taking the Walker side on this one. And really it's just because of the 2.03 being added. I feel like it's a solid trade to go from Walker to just Mattison in a first, if you believe in Mattison like that. I don't know how good of a long-term option Mattison's going to be. He only signed a 2-year deal, and
which means it's a 1-year deal.
yeah, I was gonna a lot of the guarantee that he got, like, that really just only affects this year. Like, if he can get cut next year and not really be all that much like consequential for the cap cut casualty. Um, but I feel like Kenneth Walker's a better long-term option. And Walker in the 203, like the 203, I don't think is an insignificant pick here. Like it's not fantastic, but it's not horrible. And I feel like just adding that 2.03 negates a lot of the value difference, between Walker and Mattison in the first. So I would take Walker in the 2.03 in this one. And like you said, like the handcuffs don't really matter.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The next trade, Alexander Mattison straight up for a 2024 first. If you're telling me I could send Kenneth Walker for 2 firsts, and if it costs the 203 and Jalen Warren on top of it to get the deal done, I'm still fine with that. Let's put this out there. I'm not sending a first for Alexander Mattison.
There it is.
I don't care if it's one quarterback. I don't care if I'm contending team. I'm not sending a first for Alexander Mattison. Maybe in season, and he's doing what we want him to do. Yeah, because his price should never be more than a first. Let's other way around this though. What would it take for you to get Alexander Mattison off of your team? Like, I'm assuming you'll take a first, right?
I'll take a first. I'll take I'll take a running back upgrade from somebody who views, maybe it's not Kenneth Walker, but plug in Najee, plug in Ramondre Stevenson, plug in Nick Chubb. All these guys that are valued in and around back end borderline RB1, and I will add a first to Mattison to go get that more stable, I think, running back asset. Like I'm willing to do that. And most of the times I'm willing trying to trade down at the running back position, but I'm willing to move up with Mattison because I view that more as a sell high. Another option you could do, could you get like James Conner? I'm a huge James Conner fan for 2023.
There's no reason not to be, because I'm a Keontae Ingram guy, but it's still the James Conner show until it's not.
Right. And I think Conner could outscore Alexander Mattison this year. So you could get like Conner and maybe like a really fun wide receiver for Mattison.
I like that.
Like a Jameson Williams or a Christian Watson or something like that.
All right, so I pulled up the values. I'm curious on your 1-for-1 ideas for Mattison. Mm-hmm. Now, Mattison, again, still at 88.8. Would you send Mattison for Roschon Johnson?
No.
No? Okay. Just he's at 85. What about the rookie tight ends of Michael Mayer or Sam Laporta?
No.
No tight end premium, just...
No. Okay. I'm keeping Mattison for the points for over all those.
Okay. Well, James Conner is here. He's at 97. Okay, what about points in Darren Waller?
I'd rather have Mattison.
Brian Robinson?
Madison.
Tyler Lockett?
Madison.
Man, there's a lot of young people in this area. I'm trying to find someone who's going to score some points. David Montgomery?
Madison.
Yeah, that's silly. Oh, man. Like, we're up to A.J. Dillon, Keenan Allen?
Madison.
Oof. Pacheco?
Mattison.
Achane?
Madison.
Kincaid?
Madison.
All right, well, we don't know where Hopkins is in right now. Charbonnet?
Ooh. Do I take the points or do I trust in the better talent, higher drafted
run offense?
Charbonnet.
Okay, interesting. I can't imagine taking Mike Williams at this point.
No.
James Cook?
I'll take Mattison.
Cam Akers?
I'll take Akers. And then this is probably you get into like Dobbins territory, right? Like Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon.
We're a little away from that, but we're getting there. Rashad Bateman, Mike Evans, Miles Sanders, Dallas Goedert, Christian Kirk, Rashad White, Dalvin Cook, Amari Cooper. Man, we're going to see like a real big bump in Alexander Madison's because we're in like the 180s at this point.
Yeah, he's going to be up at 200.
Yeah, yep. He's got to be up around there. 200. That's the 108 in one quarterback, by the way. That's not bad. All right, but let's get back to after Alexander Mattison, two of the guys we did just mention about, well, going through would you want up for Mattison, but these are also two places that seem like very good landing spots and places that have shown they were interest. The first one is Miami, which will make me very sad for the amount of Devon Achane I did draft this season. Though again, Dalvin Cook's not Dalvin Cook. Achane will still get the ball, but like right now it's him and Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert and Myles Gaskin.
Hey, I think Savon Ahmed is still on that team.
Sure.
Maybe.
Maybe. So the first trade we have is 12-team Superflex, where it is Devon Achane and wow, two Ds, that is really tough to say. Devon Achane and David Njoku for a 25 first and Trey McBride. Devon Achane 106, Njoku 70 for a total of 176. 25 first at 164, Trey McBride at 40 for a total of 203. A 25 is far away. And like you just spent a first on Achane, most likely like late first, early second. I think I take the risk on these players, even though I don't care. Swap Njoku and McBride, whatever, that's fine. Cross them off. I'll take Achane over a 25 first at this point. If it was a 24 first, we might be having a different conversation. But right now, I think I stick with the players instead of getting a 25 first, though I do just like Trey McBride.
Yeah, the upgrade from McBride to Njoku I feel like is more than what the analyzer says it should be.
Yeah, it's only 70 points for Njoku and 40 for McBride, so it's not really that big of a deal in the analyzer.
I feel like Njoku should be higher comparatively in this, but that still only raises it to probably where this value is kind of even in the analyzer.
Yeah.
So I think I just take the 25 first. I think I just cash out, wait it out, see what happens.
Yeah,
I don't think you're getting anything of substance with Achane and Njoku. And if Cook does sign there, that basically negates year one for Achane.
I still think you can get
the most
solid RB3, maybe an low RB2 ceiling every couple of weeks. It's again, that's nothing to write home about, but in a 12-team league, if you're starting 10, you might want that.
Or you could just
Dalvin Cook injures his shoulder again.
I hope that 25 first turns into something way better.
Yeah, I think if you are one of those rebuilding teams that at like the 202, you're like, all right, well, I got to take Devon Achane because it's Miami, it's the landing spot. You hope his value is going to go up. Like if you did that situation, cool. You take a first and you run. That's fine. But like if I'm a team that's hoping to compete, or even if I'm like full rebuild, man, like I want to take that chance. Like Achane is the kind of player where chances are in the offseason he's gonna pull an Amir Abdullah and get a 60-yard. I know
that one play. The
160-yard touchdown that's going to boom his value because he's that fast. Like he's very capable of that. So like I think I hold on to Achane for now, especially if we're talking 25. If this was 24, I'd probably just take it.
I take the pick.
The answer is the pick, but part of me wants to gamble with the patience and see if something crazy does happen in the preseason that'll boost Achane's value. The next trade we have is for Buffalo because they're still just always looking for their running back. And it's straight up James Cook for Mike Evans. James Cook at 98 points, Mike Evans at 147. We had a trade in the Trade Addicts leagues that was Mike Evans for a 24 second and third. And at first I'm like, oh, but I guess that's right. That's right. You're not getting a first for Mike Evans anymore. Nope. And now with the quarterback situation, it's like, but this I would do. I would send James Cook for Mike Evans pretty easily because I have it. I'm telling myself that Baker Mayfield is the starter because if Baker Mayfield loses out to Kyle Trask, it is the end of Baker Mayfield in the NFL. And I don't want to be the one to bring that into existence. I don't want to speak that in. So I am confident that Baker Mayfield can throw within a 3 to 4 foot radius of Mike Evans. And that to me is all you have to do because you don't have to worry about Mike Evans getting yards after the catch because he will catch the ball and fall down. So all you have to do is throw it within his wingspan, and Mike Evans is good enough to catch it.
He might as well be falling down while he catches it. Boom.
We don't want him to get hurt.
No, but a little dive and slide kind of thing, and then they touch him or
Oh yeah,
the
like
out of
it's
bounds kind of
2 minute
thing.
drive where you catch and you go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh man, that would be such that was Chad Johnson at the end of his career. That dude did not want to get hit. He caught and went right down.
I don't
Smart
blame
man,
him.
such a smart man.
A lot more receivers should learn from that, to be honest with you.
Especially when you're in your lower 30s. Like, oh, ow,
Just run out there,
no,
catch the ball, take a knee.
nope,
Next
right
down.
down. Take 5 steps. You see a dude coming at you. Nope.
Nope.
Starfish on the ground. Nope, I'm down.
Just like a quarterback, you should just give yourself up.
Yep.
There's no point.
No point. No, don't get hurt. So, what are you thinking about Cook and Evans, though?
I think I would take James Cook just for the upside and the fact that everybody always wants a running back who has an opportunity, and not everybody, especially moving on, is going to want a Mike Evans.
Yeah, like you are definitely trapping yourself with Mike Evans because his value will never go up, and every day that goes by, he gets older. He's 29 already, and the second Baker starts and throws a pass 6 feet away from Evans, it's going to get a lot harder to sell Evans the idea that Evans will be okay. But I'm still here for it. I'm still here. I will believe in Mike Evans until he really gives me a reason to not believe in him.
Well, if you want like a value progression for the rest of his career, so he's at wide receiver 38 right now. Add on a year to that age, wide receiver 46. That's where Tyler Lockett is right now. And then add a year onto that, and you
still
scroll
guys
all
that give
the
you
way down to Adam Thielen's at wide receiver 79.
But Thielen without the injury, like we're still talking about guys that are scoring as wide receiver twos. Not the prettiest of wide receiver twos, but wide receiver twos anyway.
Michael Thomas is at wide receiver 60. Brandon Cooks is at wide receiver 55.
Well, that
So
man literally never had respect on his dynasty name.
Yeah.
Never.
But it starts to become a very slippery slope for...
Oh, yeah. Like, you are value locking yourself. Like, if you are looking for a pure value move, the answer is James Cook. If you're looking for what's better for your team, like scoring season wise, it's Mike Evans for me.
I don't know if I 100% believe that, but I just don't want either of these guys.
Well, that doesn't make for a very good show, Addison.
I'm sorry.
All right, and now finally, let's get to the man himself. Let's talk about Dalvin Cook. So I am pretty still in on Dalvin Cook. I do the wheels don't spin as fast as they used to. There's a little bit of rust buildup in there. It's a little bit of a clunky clicking noise every time he bends his knees. I'm sure if he still has knees left, I don't really know. Well, actually, yeah, there's probably no cartilage. It's just bone on bone.
He has at least one knee.
Yeah, and a shoulder. I still think we see a pretty strong RB2 season out of Dalvin Cook. He's still talented, even if he goes to a good offense and gets a good workload. I mean, I don't think RB20 is out of the picture, and in the 12-team league, that is very necessary. So, I mean, let's see these trades and see how we feel about it. The first one, 12-team Superflex, Dalvin Cook for Marvin Mims and a 25-second. Cook in at 123, Marvin Mims at 69, and a 25-second at 56 for a total of 125. I would send this for Dalvin Cook, but it would make me sad because I love Marvin Mims. But I would do this.
So that's interesting because I didn't know which way you were going to go because I knew that you love Marvin Mims. I feel like I would probably also take Dalvin Cook.
Like, because you're doing this if you're a competing team.
Compete,
There's no other reason you're sending a future pick and a rookie wide receiver for Dalvin Cook unless you want those points. And I know it's June. You shouldn't be doing this now anyway. But, like, if I wanted to look down and be like, yeah, I'm ready to compete. I'm ready for this. A 25-second, which I just don't care about.
And Mims could be like your 6 or 7, maybe.
Yeah. But like Marvin Mims would make me sad. But like that's a 23 mid-second and a 25-second for someone who can give you RB2 numbers. And if you're in a league where you have to start multiple running backs, like, yeah, that's easy. I do that for Cook. I will cry the first deep pass Marvin Mims catches and takes for a touchdown. Well, I won't because I have him on like 8 other teams, so it's sort of fine. But yeah, I do. I do this for Cook.
I would also do. Yeah, I'm going to lock in the answer. I would also do this for Dalvin Cook.
Next trade we have is also 12-team Superflex, a little bit of a bigger one. Brandon Ayuk, Dalvin Cook, and a 24 third for Ramondre Stevenson and Jerome Ford, because why not?
Handcuff.
There we go, bringing it back. Ayuk in at 223, Dalvin Cook 123, a 24 third at 48 for a total of 393. Ramondre 341, all on his own. Jerome Ford 15. You go, Jerome. It's worth more than I am. I don't know. For a total of 356. So this is more or less right. You're pretty much adding that extra 24 third just to bridge a gap in value. And you're paying up to get the much better player. To me, Ramondre, value-wise, is decently above the rest of these players, even though it's 120 between him and Ayuk. I think that's right. If I'm a competing team and I care more about stud power and care more about consolidating my roster, I think I send this for Ramondre. I don't know if I do it the other way around right now. Like, to me, this isn't sending away Ramondre to get in on Dalvin before he signs and his value goes up, because I don't know how much of a spike you're getting on Dalvin's value. Like, I don't think anything happens that makes Dalvin worth the first. Like, if he signs in Miami, people might try for it, but you'll probably end up taking 2 seconds instead.
The only thing that I could possibly see is if we get
Kansas City.
Now people love Isaiah Pacheco, but I think the only thing that I could see is if we get a massive running back injury in July or August, like a Cam Akers or what happened to J.K. Dobbins kind of thing, and then Cook signs with that team to be that workhorse.
I'll be surprised. Like, it felt like he was going to get signed quick. Like, with Fournette and Zeke,
like
you're just like
$10 million or something like that. And I don't like, teams aren't paying that.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, Miami was saving their money, and there was a lot of verbal dancing around signing Dalvin Cook last week out of Mike McDaniel. I hate Josh McDaniels and Mike McDaniel.
Oh, I hate it too.
Like, I still can't get over Pickett and Pickens being on the same team. But in the end, in the long run, right now in June, I think I take Ramondre Stevenson. I think that's where I am. I do think Ramondre Stevenson has every chance to be a top 10 running back. James Robinson just got released, and they don't have anyone else. Pierre Strong, they drafted last year.
Kevin Harris.
Who?
They have Ty Montgomery. Is that who I saw that they have?
Did 5-10 years ago's Ty Montgomery's son start playing, or is it still like now the 40-year-old that you're pretending we should be worried about?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's Ty Montgomery. I saw a puff piece about him that he was catching passes out of the backfield, and somebody was like, "Oh, watch out, because he's going to steal receiving work from Ramondre."
Because he's a wide receiver, and there was too many wide receivers in Green Bay, so they moved him to running back because all the running backs got hurt. Yeah. Like, no, not worried about that whatsoever. Like, I don't think there's competition for him, which is a little weird for New England. So it might be a thing. Like, he really might be a thing.
I think he is. The last thing that I saw was that Belichick is really favoring 2 tight end sets this year with Gesicki and Henry. And they're limited, like, receiver room. Like, if they have Gesicki, Henry, and Juju and Devontae out there, you can only have really one. Like, it's got to be Ramondre, who can kind of do everything. So I'm team Ramondre.
Henry, who can block, Gesicki, who can't. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm team Ramondre on this one.
I'm team Ramondre in this one too. But if we get close to the season, and like you said, like, not even that mega landing spot with, like, I'm not speaking any injuries into existence specifically, but if there's a team that has a very good running back and that running back gets hurt and they sign Dalvin, I still don't think you're upset about trading him away to get Stevenson. And I like Ayuk
unless
as an
it was
idea.
Stevenson.
Fair enough. Very fair enough.
That's the only situation.
Nothing you can do on that one. And Ayuk always seems to find a way to finish around as a low-end wide receiver too, but it never feels good in your lineup anyway. And I think if Purdy is the starter, which it does seem like it's happening, which is still crazy to me, that's good for Purdy, but I don't think it's good enough that would make me feel bad sending that away to go get who I think has a very good chance to be a top 10 running back. I'm going to go send some offers for Ramondre Stevenson now.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, but I'm not going to sit here doing that while we're on the show, because this is the end of the DLF Trade Show on the DLF YouTube channel. Russ Fisher at Dynasty Outhouse, Addison Hayes at AmazeHayes_. We'll catch you next time.